Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggiepants, and I'm coming at you in partnership with Mezco Toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. I just got in the Series 27 variants dolls, which is awesome. I'm very excited to have these dolls. I think they're super, super cool. Yeah, so the variants, not many people knew about them. They kind of announced them kind of secretly. One of the deals that you got with buying the Resurrection bundle this year is that you had the opportunity to buy a special doll, or which turned out to be the Series 27 variants. So it was all done through emails, and it was kind of hidden. And then people found out, the general population found out later that there was variants that were sold through Mezco Direct. So yeah, so that's how they came about. Let me show you the coffins first. We've got black coffins, no handles. The plastic on the coffins, we have the little Sweet 16 symbol right there. It's like a sticker. But other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same as the Series 27 dolls. So we have a red tissue paper. The chipboard has a map in the background, and the map corresponds to the doll's location that they're from. A picture of the doll, their name, and then their poem. So yeah, that is their coffin. Now I'm going to start with my least favorite doll. Actually, I'm going to use this. My least favorite doll, and then go to my favorite doll like I always do. This one, it's funny because this one kind of plays out a little bit differently than the regular Series 27. So if you've already watched that video, you'll see a little bit of a difference with the variants. So yeah. Here we go. Oh, I'm also going to show you the doll, the variant doll, up against the regular doll, just so you can kind of see what the color differences actually look like. Yeah, so here we go. Let's start with, bam, Milu. So here she is. Milu's actually a really interesting doll. She's a cool color that they've never really done before. She's very bright. It's a green doll, and I do love the green dolls, but she has kind of a much more of a bluer tint to her skin. It's really kind of cool. I'm really kind of digging it. Yeah, but let's look at the outfit first. She has a grass skirt. Obviously, it's not grass, which is nice because like the grass with Isaac falls out really easily. So this skirt kind of it's made to look like grass, but it's actually a fabric. It feels a little like a felt or something like that. But it is velcroed right in the back, so this is removable. And the same with her little tube top, which has got some notches cut out of the bottom to make her really look like she's, an island native. It is velcroed up the back and can be removed as well. Then she's got these little lays. She has a lay around her left foot. The lay on her foot has elastic in it, so it does have some give to it. The one around her neck does not. So if you're going to take this off, you have to be a little careful because you don't want to break it while you're trying to get it up and over her head. Her hair is actually pretty thickly rooted. It's pretty nice. It's black. It did lay a little funny in the coffin, so I had to give it some love, but it wasn't too bad. I've seen Living Dead dolls that were much worse. She's got a cute little Betty Page bang. And then she does have this flower right here on the side of her head. It's the exact same flower that we saw in the regular Milu, so it's white, has a little yellow dot in the center, like a little yellow bead. Her face paint is also very similar to the regular Milu. It's just got dark blue and light blue. She's got the really interesting lip there with all of the lines. She's pretty haunting looking, actually. And then she does come with an accessory. She comes with her little tiki mask. Now, this tiki mask is made of plastic. It's not as thick as some of the masks we've seen in the past, so you just want to be careful that it does crack. Kind of like the Halloween dolls that we had, Series 16 and 18, I believe. Those masks crack easily, so this does too. Just be aware of that. It has the sulfur symbol right there on the forehead. And then otherwise it looks kind of like a standard tiki mask. This one I think is a little more red than the regular Series 27 tiki mask, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Yeah, so let me pull up the regular Milu just so you can kind of get a look at the color differences between the two. So obviously she is much lighter than she is. I'm digging her. I think she's pretty cool. She is my least favorite, but that's because, I like the other dolls too. So yeah, that's Milu. Let's keep going, shall we? Let me take this off him. Next up is the hopping vampire. I have to be a little careful with this guy. He has some difficulty standing, and it's because of the shoes that they gave him. But it's true of the regular hopping vampire too. It's always a little bit of a difficulty to get him to stand, so just be aware of that. Yeah, let's start with him. Here we go. So he has this amazing satin outfit. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to pull him up nice and close, and you can see the gold belt with the red dragons. It's exactly the same belt that was on the original doll. The difference is the coat. The coat on the other one was black with red trim. This one's all red. It's really kind of pretty. Um, but this belt velcros up the back, and the coat velcros up the front. So it's a nice little detail there. It's a little cattywampus right now, but there we go. But you get the idea. Underneath that coat, he's got a pair of pants that does have some elastic around the waist, and they definitely feel like harem pants. I think, let me just take a look. No, I think those are just pulled up a little bit higher. I thought maybe these were longer, but I don't think they are. I think they were just pulled up higher in the original doll. So yeah, so we've got the pants here. They have a little bit of cuff around the ankle. These are the unusual shoes that I was mentioning. They're kind of felt material, so it's a little bit hard to get into stance, kind of like some of the exorcists we've had, where they're not really standing on anything that's solid, so he does tend to wobble a little bit. And then the shoes are attached to these white socks. It's all one piece, and the white sock comes up to kind of about there. Yeah, but that is his outfit here. He has this cute little hat. It is felt around the top, and then it's the same red satin on the crown of his head. And then he has this this braided little bit of like, what is that, string or twine or something, that comes off the top of his hat there and just hangs, which is very, very cute. Then he has this amazing beaded necklace. Yeah, the beaded necklace is the same as the one that we saw on the original, so it is black and green. I'll hold that up close so you can kind of get a look at what that actually looks like. His face paint is also green. There's a lot of dolls that are green. It's a very green theme for these variants, but it's very shiny. You can see the shine on him a lot. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in this video, which I think is really, really cool. The shine is really, really nice. And the original has a shine as well. Here, I'm going to hold him up. But there's something about the green that brings it out a little bit more than the original one. Yeah, so let me put him up close so you can get a good look at his face paint. He has black eyes with a little red dot, very similar to the original one. He has vampire teeth there, shadow around his eye, and then he is crying blood. Yeah. And then he also comes with the little spell that has a little Velcro right there on the back that you can stick on his hat, which I don't know all the hopping vampire movies or the myths or whatever, but it's my understanding that that kind of, stops the hopping vampire. So there he is. Yeah. So again, I'll just hold up the regular version so you can take a look at him. Oh, I want to mention his hair too. Let me take this off just so I can go show you a good picture of his hair. Obviously, the rooting is really interesting with this doll. It's kind of rooted further back, so he's got a nice big forehead. But the hair is still pretty nice. I mean, it's not rooted very thickly because, they really don't need to since it's a braid, so you don't want to really unbraid it. But it is a braid that goes right down his back. But that is the hopping vampire. Next up, funny enough, it was my favorite doll from the regular series 27 dolls, but only my third from the variants, and that is Spring-Heeled Jack. So now Spring-Heeled Jack has a completely different outfit than well, not completely, he has the same hat, but pretty much completely different from the regular series 27 Spring-Heeled Jack. So that's kind of cool. Let's start with the coat, I guess. The coat actually feels a little bit like Macumba's coat. It is red, and it has a collar there. The collar can be popped up. I displayed him like that for a little bit. But yeah, pretty simple. It is cut jagged all around the bottom. It's a little bit longer in the back, so you can kind of see how it hangs down there. But the sleeves are just kind of normal, so it's not cut jagged like Macumba's on the sleeve. That is his jacket. If you pull it open, you're going to see that he has a vest, and the vest does Velcro right here on the front. The vest, funny enough, I'm going to hold it nice and close. Ooh, the lighting changed quite a bit. Has a little bit of a design to it. It's kind of like a, is it paisley, maybe. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, but it does match the same material that's on Mephistophiles' jacket, which is interesting. They use the same material. But anyways, yeah, Velcro's in the front. And then underneath, he's got this red shirt with 3 buttons, and then this little bitty bow tie right here. You have to sometimes fix the bow tie because it does get a little askew. The shirt is attached to the pants. It's all one piece, and then this piece Velcros right up the back. So everything is removable. The pants are tucked into standard Living Dead Dolls boots. He does not come with socks, so in the back sometimes you can see, you know, a little bit of skin popping through. Just be aware of that. And then he has his adorable hat. Obviously, I freaking love this little hat. It's made kind of a pleather material. It's got these little ears sticking up. Sometimes with these little hats, and it's true of Mephistopheles too, there's some little threads that you need to trim. Otherwise, you know, they hang down on his face and it's not super cool. Obviously, he was a bald doll. You just saw that. No hair there. And he does have a little hole in his head, so just be aware that you probably want to display him with his hat on. He has a very, very simple face. So that's a red eye with a little white dot, kind of black around the eye, and then he has a black bottom lip. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Black bottom lip, but the top lip is red. I don't know if that's true of the original. Oh, it was swapped in the original. That's a funny little detail. Yeah, but that is Spring Heel Jack. You'll also notice, hopefully in this video, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, that he's actually flesh-toned, which is different from the regular version. Let me pull up the regular version. The regular version has a white skin tone. I don't know if you can be able to tell it in this video so much, but probably a little bit. So flesh tone, white. Here they are next to each other. Obviously, the outfits are very different. I prefer this outfit a little bit more. I like that he has a cape. But still, very, very cute. Cute doll. Yeah. So that is Spring-Heeled Jack. Next up, we have Mephistopheles. The coloring on this doll is just super, super cool. I love the detail of the Mephistopheles outfit. And definitely the red one feels very like Shakespearean. But there's something about this one where it's really kind of haunting. There's so much detail in this outfit, so I'm going to do my best to kind of go over it briefly. So let me bring it in kind of close. So let's start with the coat. The coat is all one piece, Velcro's up the back. There is this, like, I don't know, what is that, pleather material, maybe? It's sewn onto the front of the jacket, and then the jacket is the same material that we saw on Spring Heel Jack's vest. The jacket comes down to a point right here in the front, and then there's also these little shoulder pads that come off the side here. I feel like I'm jumping around quite a bit, but I don't know where to start because it's such a detailed jacket. I'm just going to kind of hold it up for you to get a good look at. It's a cool, cool little piece. It is separate from the pants, the little pantaloons things. So this jacket can be taken off. The cape is also separate. He has a cape that is kind of like a felt material. It's pretty thin. The cape is pretty simple. I'm going to hold it up so you can get a good look at it. Same with the regular version. It's just red. And then it does tie with these little strings right there in the front. The pantaloons are kind of a velvet material, and they do have some elastic around the legs so that it does stick out, you know, a little bit. It's got some volume to it. And then he has these black tights that go all the way down to his feet, and they come up to about his waist underneath the pantaloons. He does not have shoes. Mephistopheles does not come with shoes. Neither did the original version. So he is a red doll. We've seen quite a few red dolls in the past, but there's something about him that's really, really pretty. I'm going to hold up his face so you can get a good look at his face paint. He has a yellow, bright yellow eye with a really arched eyebrow. It's black around there, and then he has the black soul patch. Here is his hat. His hat is exactly the same as the one that was on the original Mephistopheles. It's just all black. It's also kind of a different material. And I pointed this out for the red one too, because it's true, the red one. It's almost like remember the old parachutes that you played with in gym class when you were little? It's like that material. So it's slightly different. And then you want to be careful too, because on the inside, the only thing that's keeping these little horns up is a little bit of stuffing, and they're not sewn in there. So if you do take the hat off, just make sure that you don't lose the stuffing that's underneath in there. Be aware that because this is a really severe black, there is a lot of dye, so you will see some staining. I've even got it from the hat. I don't know if you can see that on his head, but there's a lot of black staining. So again, if you want to be a perfectionist with your doll, you may need to get in there and clean that up. Yeah, but that is Mephistophiles, and I'm going to hold him up against his regular version. So much cooler than the regular version is super cool, but this one is it's really, really cool. I'm digging him. And then obviously the last one is Banshee. And she was not my favorite in the regular version. I guess Spring Heel Jack was, but she was definitely up there. But here is the variant version. Come on, stop it. Look at this doll. They really have done themselves with this doll. The Banshee. The white version is really haunting. And she's really, really beautiful, and I thought they did a really nice job. But there's something about the coloring of this doll against the black, against the white hair, it's just knocked it out of the park. So let me talk about the outfit first. So it is a really, really kind of a thin muslin kind of material, but it's black. It's all one piece, and it velcros right there up the back. This chain is a black chain versus the one on the regular version, which is a silver, so it is a little bit darker. This is just tied around her waist, so it really easily comes off. So just be aware that you don't want that to fall off and for you to lose it. What else is kind of interesting is on her sleeves, there we go, these little black hangies. It's not it's not cut into the dress. These are sewn on to the sleeves. It's like a little separate piece that's been sewn on. But other than that, it's all just one kind of beautiful piece, a very simple neck line, not necklace, on this doll. Really, really nice. She is also a green doll, and it is working for her. Really, really kind of a subtle green doll. I love a green doll. Her face paint, it's significantly more subtle on the green too. I think the lines on the white doll were a little bit more harsh. But this one, she really does look like she's screaming. She feels like she's a little bit older. She's a really bright yellow eye, a little bit of red around the edge of the eyes, and then her mouth is really scary as well. The hair is actually rooted pretty nicely. Now, both the regular version and this variant version, there is just a ton of gel in their hair, and I think it's intentional, kind of make it look like mangy and sticking every which way. I hate hair gel, so I always comb it out. I think it's because I like to run my fingers through my doll's hair. A little creepy, but I do. I like to be able to kind of mess with their hair, and when it's all gel, it's crunchy and it's gross, and it never lays the way you want it to, and I get that you want her to be scary and look like she's got dirty matted hair, but I don't know. I just don't like hair gel. Never have. Yes. But anyways, her hair is pretty thickly rooted. It's white. It hangs nicely if you brush it out. But it's it's not super long, but it's long enough to be kind of scary. But yeah, that is the Banshee. She's a very, very cool doll. Here she is against the regular version of the Banshee. They're both very, very cool dolls, but there's something special about this doll. They haven't done a coloring like this before, so I really, really dig her. So that's it. Let me pull all of them up so you can kind of look at them all together now. Let me put his hat back on for you guys. Maybe. There we go. All right. Here we go. There's Milu, Mephistophiles, and Spring Heel Jack. So here they are, these Series 27 variant dolls. If you can track down these dolls, they are worth it. All of them are pretty cool, but Banshee and Mephistophiles, there's something really special about these two, and you can already see it from the way that they're selling. These two are the ones that are hard to track down. They seem to be going for a little bit more money than the other ones, so keep your eyes peeled, because they're pretty freaking cool. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll try to get back on to my Series 11 review soon. But that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Legends can be now and forever, teaching